again. They need to make the passes.
Clive.
Quick, sharp, and then the opportunity is to play across. There it is. Give it to the Reds. You've achieved what you're trying, the aim.
This is what I'm saying, insight. This is a man who's been out there.
One of the things that we've seen this season is we're a side that turns the ball over very, very high, but we're also a side that can get quite out in possession when we're trying to grow. I guess this session kind of helps both ways.
Absolutely, Ben. This is a classic example of in possession how quickly you can move it. If you lose it, how quickly within seconds you have to engage and go and try and win it back. And you can see that's exactly what every player is having to buy into here. And you see the manager, he's standing there, arms folded, watching every single pass, every single player.
But not shouting. He's not a shouter.
No, he's not saying anything, but he's absorbing everything that's going on.
And is that normal, Clive? I mean, there's so many different ways you can manage a side. There's so many different ways that you can kind of work with a team. But is it quite
tight? Is this in
your team give it away, and you have to go in the middle. You have to chase. So the Whites giving the ball away are now in. Can they get it back as quickly as they can? It's short, it's sharp, and it's really intense.
Clive, a great opportunity here for us to also get a quick look at Giovanni Lo Celso and Ryan Sessegnon. Both seem to be moving okay and both back in with the group.
Yeah, you can see that they're up to speed, which is a great thing to see. That's what the manager's looking at. He's looking at players coming back from injury. He's looking at the levels of players that have been playing regularly. Do they look fatigued? At the moment, you can see this is a really high intensity period of the session.
I always kind of thought of Radu as an absolute unit, like I said earlier on, an incredible shape. When you see him up close, he really is going to be a formidable opponent for a lot of strikers in the league, isn't he?
Well, you can see he's a physical specimen, but also he's a technician, and they have to be. Players of this day and age, whatever position they play in, they have to be able to deal with the ball. This is almost the whole squad that are involved in this session, but you can see how quick and sharp they have to be, passing, moving, controlling, and the awareness of what's going on around them.
And I guess the other thing is, Marzi, that we're looking at not just our technical players in this who are able to manage it. Every single player needs to have the ability and the intensity to do this in this group.
That's why they're in Ange's squad, Ben. And I mean, they have to be able to do this. And when we get on the front foot in games, this is the football that Ange wants to play, isn't it? He wants it quick, and that's got to be all over the pitch. So, yeah, 100%. And what's great news out there, though, isn't it? We're only missing Manor now. Manor is the only one who's not out there. And that's fantastic news, right? So, yeah, happy days, good days. Fingers crossed.
Go on, Clive.
No, I was just trying to explain what the idea of the session is as well, in respect of one of the colours keeping the ball, making those short, sharp passes very quickly. 2 or 3 passes. The Reds now got to make 2 or 3 passes, maybe 5, and then it's transferred. So when they've made their passes, they then feed it to the other team on the other side. So on that occasion, given away, so the Reds have to go in. They've given the ball away. They have to go in. The Whites now working it, and the Whites are. So there'll be some arguments for sure, but Ryan's just sent the Reds back. And the Whites now have possession again. They need to make the passes.
Clive.
Quick, sharp, and then the opportunity is to play across. There it is. Give it to the Reds. You've achieved what you're trying, the aim.
This is what I'm saying, insight. This is a man who's been out there.
One of the things that we've seen this season is we're a side that turns the ball over very, very high, but we're also a side that can get caught out in possession when we're trying to grow. I guess this session kind of helps both ways.
Absolutely, Ben. This is a classic example of in possession how quickly you can move it. If you lose it, how quickly within seconds you have to engage and go and try and win it back. And you can see that's exactly what every player is having to buy into here. And you see the manager, he's standing there, arms folded, watching every single pass, every single player.
But not shouting. He's not a shouter.
No, he's not saying anything, but he's absorbing everything that's going on.
And is that normal, Clive? I mean, there's so many different ways you can manage a side. There's so many different ways that you can kind of work with a team. But is it quite a normal thing to let your coaches run the sessions and for you to take a step back?
Yeah, I think so. More so maybe in the modern era. Harry was one who would let us coach, and it was something that, you know, we enjoyed because we know we're driving the session, but Harry's there overseeing everything we've done.
All right, we can bring in another.
Is that how far does that take you? You don't go and win, in San Siro without togetherness, do you?
Exactly. As a team, we have to have the connection, and I think this squad have that connection.
Absolutely. That's what a session like this is building, the understanding of moving the ball quickly, and also when you lose the ball, how quickly you can win it back. Collectively, you have to. If one goes and press and no one helps behind, they play round you. It's difficult.
Sandro, what was Clive like as a coach?
I always said,
come on,
no,
be honest.
No. It's not just because he's in front of the camera. I always said, I love you. I love your exercises, because as a midfielder, he took me every day to do the practice of shooting, and I always said, I know how to shoot from the long distance just because of the practice every day.
So that goal against Chelsea.
Chelsea United.
No. Fabulous shot.
He didn't say that at the time.
We've worked on it for 6 years.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all.
It was a great group, though. Tell us about your group, the teammates that you had, the players that you played with. Was the training high intensity there?
I love that group. I always said that. I did the interview with Dawson, and we was talking about that.
You're still close now, aren't you, all of you?
Of course, of course. And it was a great group as a player as well, you know, Modric, and the level was there as well. But as we are talking about the connection, and we love each other, and I think we show that in the pitch as well.
So let's have a look at them training now. Can you talk us through the Brazilian boys? Your lads, you must love watching them out here.
Of course, man, of course. And I'm proud. I always said that I want to see Brazilian players at Tottenham. So, and when they do well, I'm so like, wow, look at that.
And I mean, Richie at the moment, he's flying, he's scoring goals. He looks so confident.
Yes. But I always said as well that we need to give him time, you know, and he passed, and now he's showing that he can be here for many years, and he got the level.
Is there a natural connection when you come from Brazil to play in London, and you have other Brazilians in the squad? You feel a natural connection and a sense of home?
Yeah. You need that as well, because we South America, we need to feel the love, you know. And I think the fans give Richarlison the love that he needed as well. And of course, to come in the team, that it's already one Brazilian is so easy. Like me when Gomes was here.
Yeah, absolutely. What a man. And Milesy, you can see at the moment that the Southern American, the Latin American boys, they have a really close-knit group.
Always 100%, always together, and they all vibe off each other. And then, I mean, you think what it's like when Brazil and Argentina play each other, but at Spurs,